Hey everyone, Ian here for Handstands Anonymous Week 2 Handstand Challenge. I'm here to help you with using your core for your handstands. In part 1, which is this part, I'll use my core to flatten my body or create the hollow body position. And in the second part, I'll teach you how to use the core to help you compress for press.
Many people have a hard time controlling the middle and bottom section of their abdomen, which is really crucial to eliminate the arch in the lower back. Now remember, we can arch in many parts of our back, but the most typical one to arch is the bottom one. And you don't want. So the first exercise I'll do is pushing the bottom and middle of the back to the wall while standing on the wall. So if you stand about an inch or two away from the wall, the closer you are, the harder it is. You can put your upper back and your butt to the wall and then try to push this part of your back to the wall. Okay? You let it up, push it back. Now, once you've pushed it back, see if you can also get the rest of your body to the wall. Maybe inch your feet slightly closer to the wall. I don't know if you can see it, but I just did that. Now I have almost my whole body in a line along the wall. Now, for the next level, raise your hands up. You'll notice some middle back comes off the wall. And now, all the way up, now your shoulders come off the wall. So this forces you to wrap your shoulders inwards, which is a very common practice. So if we think about bringing our elbows, shoulders in, and wrapping everything inwards, then that helps us when we need to put that last piece of our back. So we go bottom, middle, hands are up, the shoulders are off, I wrap, and here I can put my whole back to the wall. And then, as the last part of the exercise, slowly move your hands down, but try not to lose contact with any part of the wall. Keep reminding yourself to press every piece. Don't go too fast, otherwise you'll probably have some disconnection and think that you're fully connected. Alright, that's the first exercise. The second exercise is very similar, but now we're going to lay ourselves down and try to play the same game by pushing our bottom back to the floor. So, if you have any back issues, start with bent knees, otherwise the straight legs will really put some strain on your back. Okay, so doing this with bent knees first. I think I'm in frame. Yeah. Okay, so with bent knees, right, I try to lower my legs, but don't let any part of this arch come up. If I'm lazy about it, I extend my legs, this part of my back disconnects. I need to push it back down. So, with hands down and knees as far out as you can, let it up, push it down. Let it up, push it down, up, down. So this is really encouraging a push from the bottom middle section of the abs. Now, either with bent legs or with straight legs, I'll use straight legs, we also want to have our hands over our head because this induces even more arch. So we have to work harder to close out. And you'll find, if you're completely relaxed, back arched, and legs down, if you push down hard enough, your legs come up, right? So you push down and try to have your legs come up, but don't let them fly up, because then you'll lose contact. So, arch, relax, compress. Arch, relax, compress. And again, if you want, you can try to connect your whole back with some rounded shoulders. And with this, you can go in reps, or you can just do long holds. Alright, now, we take these to a more dynamic level, and we create 3 different positions of leg height. We'll have low, which is as low as you can go, but still having your low back pressed to the ground, middle, and high, which is basically 90 degrees, okay? And so we'll just go by my call, like Simon says. We'll start low, hold for 2 seconds, go middle, low, middle, and every time checking that you still have the low back compressed. Low back pressed to the ground and mid back pressed to the ground, okay? Low, middle, high, low, high, low, and then you can just try throwing your legs to different locations. Throw up, throw middle, throw down, go slow up, throw all the way down, slow up, throw middle, throw up, throw down, throw up, and so on. And make your own little program of this, making sure that you're really keeping this pressed to the ground. I guess there's a concept of bread loafing, where you don't want your abdomen compressed together like this, you still want it flat. Okay? So feel free to look at your abdomen and see what shape. while we're doing some lying poses, let's also remember that we want control of our body in pretty much every direction, be it side to side or front to back. So we can take these same leg positions, either arms up or arms down, and we can create side to side sway variations at each level, right? You can try to tilt and stop, and then we can create complete side variations. So I like to have an arm out for counterbalance, and you can either do legs together or cross the lower one underneath, right? And you try not to come up like this and not to bend forward, but strictly to the side. You want to create as much bend as possible. From this side. And you might find in the beginning that you're stuck right here because this stuff is bunched up or it isn't strong enough. And so just do your best to really get some height out of it in any of these variations. Remember, try not to come forward. If you really just want to lounge while you do your exercise, here you can go forward and just keep a sitting up position. And the more you turn to your side, the more you have to work to bring your legs up, but also the more range of motion you might get. Here's a really nice plank-like variation. So if you have your forearms on the wall, and you really start to get low, and then arch slightly, then curl in, you'll find it becomes pretty tough to hold yourself up and to complete this motion. And the lower you go, the harder it is. And if you want, you can also do this holding the wall with straight arms, and you can increase the intensity by slowly walking away, but the whole time trying to keep a flat body. That's really the key, is the flat body. It's not just being here, that'll put some strain on your back. So walk it out, and then do a small arch to hollow change. This will give you some good control of your middle body. And maybe give you some tricep workout. Last part of this tutorial, I just want to help us get the idea of going from an arched body to a hollow body, alright? And so we'll start purposefully arched. Now remember, your core really should be this long column of flesh that wraps around everything, that allows you to really bend in every direction, right? And allows you to stop and stay in certain positions. It may even, wrap all the way through to the beginnings of your extremities or inside your extremities, depending on how you look at it. So let's use our core to really manipulate our shape and lock it wherever we want. So let's start in a very arched position, right? Try not to have too much strain in your back. Give yourself some support down here, right? And without doing much changing of your legs, try to stand up to a straight position, and then even give yourself some extra bend. But don't let folding happen or curling happen. Really just make everything happen because your hip position is changing and your middle abdomen is either pushing forward or relaxing. And now let's think about this in a handstand shape with arms up, right? A lot of people will be here, so look here, and now as if you're diving into a pool, curl. From back, curl. Exaggerate it if you want. You're diving into a pool, but try not to have your shoulders forward. We're not trying to do this. It's not really in the arms, it's in the shape of the middle body. Okay, so again, I'm going to try to keep my arms in the same location relative to my ears and head. I'm going to bend back, and then I'm diving forward. Bend back, and dive forward.
Alright, so I think that should give you a nice fundamental set of exercises to help you build the appropriate parts of your core. I think in my next tutorial I'll add some back arching exercises too that help you with some more advanced hand balancing tricks, and I'll definitely cover compression for presses.